92.3 Amp Radio.
This is Shoboy of Shoboy in the Morning, along with the beautiful Nina.
What's up, guys?
Happy Valentine's Day with Martin Garrix. Give it up for Martin Garrix. Yo, I love it. Live from our Adorama Live Theater and our StubHub stage. Welcome, my brother.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for rocking a little bit of red for Valentine's Day. I see you.
Did.
I see you.
I didn't do it on purpose, but yeah, I totally did.
In Holland, do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day?
Yeah, of course.
Is that a big thing?
It's a big thing.
Cool, too.
Have a lot of people asked you to be their Valentine today?
Nobody.
Wow.
No, but I have a crazy press day, so we're doing only interviews today, and it's okay. And then later tonight I'll be on the flight.
There you go. But you can be my Valentine if you want, because I don't have one, and then that way we can just like each say we have one, right?
Amazing.
Yes.
That's messed up. You're going on a date with our producer, Majestic, today, Nina.
Did
you see what she just did?
Everybody relax.
How do you say I love you in Dutch?
Ik hou van je.
Ik
hou van jou.
Ik hou van je.
Yeah, that's close.
That's
Ik hou van je.
I love it.
I
There
love
it
you
is.
in all of the languages.
My man, congratulations, first and foremost, on your entire career. You're only 20 years of age, but I mean, you got 2016 MTV European Music Awards for Best World Stage Performer, Best Electronic Act, and DJ Magazine's Top DJ in the World. And you're the youngest to ever receive that. Now, what was that moment like when you received that award, especially being up there with Tiesto, who's a mentor of yours?
It was crazy, very weird. Yeah, I just remember being there, and it all felt like it didn't feel real,
Like
almost.
surreal,
Yeah, and also I got the award from Chesto, and I started making music because of Chesto. I fell in love with electronic music because I saw Chesto, and I heard his music in 2004. So then to get the award from him, I don't know, it felt very unreal. Well, I'm super thankful for all the support, and also that the fans voted me into that position.
You basically kicked off your love for music. We were doing some research. Was it around like 8 years old with the guitar? Can you tell us a little bit about that journey from 8 to 17 when you come out with Animals, which was humongous? You know what I'm saying? But can you tell us the journey in between 8 and 17 in a recap? What went down?
I started playing the guitar when I was like around 8 years old, and I played like flamenco and like Spanish guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then at one point I started like writing songs on my guitar, and I was very lazy, and I wanted to play my songs to my parents and to family, but then every time I had to grab my guitar. So I did some research and found this program that I could put my guitar melodies in the computer with, and at the same time I fell in love with, I heard electronic music, and I had this program that I could make music with. I was like, yeah, let's just try it out, and then it was a hobby, and it still is a hobby, and I just have fun in the studio.
This is 8 or 10 years old. You're finding a program to put your guitar
I would think I was like 11, 12.
I was excited at 11 when I got like
impressive.
my Nintendo game to work. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm super cool, Nintendo, you know, Mario Bros, old classic stuff. Now, once you're doing that and you're figuring this out, how do you get discovered to go to the main stage? I think a lot of people that are watching this right now, that are listening to this, you know, they're involved in being DJs, but a lot of people are loving EDM more than ever before. Like, how does that happen for you to get discovered to the main stage?
For me, I was very lucky. I got introduced to some people, and I started working for them. I became part of their production team, and then they were signed to Spinning Records, and Spinning Records found me. They were like, yo, who's this? Like, I think I was 15 when I was signed. Wow. They were like, who's this kid making this music? And I was still in school. I made the music from my bedroom. And it was all super unreal, because Spinning Records, it was the label with all my idols on there. Chesto was on there, Afrojack. And then, yeah, they invited me to come by at their office, and they signed me. And then fast forward, I don't want to say accidentally, but I made Animals. For me, it was another club song, and then that song turned everything around.
I saw you at Coachella. I guess it was a few years ago. That was like the very beginning. That was like the very beginning for you.
3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago then, right? And you did Animals. That place was bananas. So the ride from when you started to be in such public arenas at all of these festivals to now, do you feel different or more confident when you step out and share your music?
First I was really thinking like, oh my God, what are people gonna think about my music? And then I was thinking in advance what I had to do in the studio. And right now, last year, I launched my own label, and I'm I'm having such a different vibe in the studio. I go in the studio and I honestly don't even think about what I'm gonna make. I just make something, and if it feels good, then I'll release it as a Garrix song.
You talking about you creating your own label now? Are you looking to discover or help out other DJs that aren't
Definitely.
known? And is there somebody that you are like looking at or helping out right now that you're like, yo, this kid or this person is gonna be on point?
There's so many amazing, but also with the label, I don't want to only release electronic music. I want to release good music. I want to sign rappers, bands. Like I just want to release. I want to put good music into the world.
Okay.
And right now we're in this super exciting process of receiving so much demos, trying to find new talent. And there's a couple of artists that I'm really excited about. One of them is Justin Milo. Another one is See Me Counting Stacks. He's two amazing producers and amazing people as well. And I can't wait till the world hears more of their stuff.
And that's awesome because we've seen kind of. I love what you said. You want to just sign artists regardless of genre, really, and sound. You just want it to be good music. Obviously, right now we're bumping your record, "Scared to Be Lonely," featuring Dua Lipa, which is amazing. Such an awesome record. It is a little more chill, a little what people would call more mainstream, if you
Sure.
will. What do you want to say to your fans that are asking, like, "Yo, like, are you still gonna make that high BPM, festival music?" Are you leaving that for more
I'm not leaving anything.
mainstream, or can you explain that transition and what you're doing there?
For me, it's all about trying to find new sounds, reinventing your own sound. I can release a 128 BPM club song every week, but I don't know. I want to challenge myself in the studio. I want to try out new things. I want to experiment, and me trying out something new and doing something like "Scared to Be Lonely" or "Name of Love" doesn't mean I'm completely switching my sound. Like in October, I just released 7 like very aggressive 128 BPM house songs, and I've got Ultra coming up. I've got Coachella coming up, and I'm gonna also play a lot of old sounding Martin Garrix stuff. But it's a weird situation because then I released a house song 1 year ago, and they're like, "Oh, same repetitive, boring stuff. Do something new, be refreshing." And I do something new, and they're like, "We missed the old Martin Garrix." And I'm like, "Wait, what do you guys want me to do?" But for me, what I think is most important is just me being myself in the studio, doing what I want, and don't let other people's opinions affect my music. I want to represent what I want to make, and I'm not switching my sound. I'm just having fun.
You should, and you're genuinely excited about it. Like you can feel the energy from him as we're sitting in here, right? And talking about your new music and stuff that you've been working on. Before we even started this interview, you're like, "Yeah, I've been like, in the studio for the last month and super excited." And now you're working with Justin Bieber. I mean, what does that sound like?
Justin is a good friend of mine. We just like to have fun, chill in the studio, and there's some rough ideas. I'm not gonna hype everyone up. There's not gonna be a JB Garrix collab anytime soon.
Oh, come on.
We're homies. We're going on tour together next week
In Australia, right?
Australia. Maybe we'll make a song during the tour. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Can't tell the future.
And here's what's interesting about that. When Justin dropped his latest album, and that he collaborated with Diplo and Skrillex and whatnot, when we were catching up with all 3 of them, hanging out with them, it's interesting how that went down because Diplo and Skrillex were kind of like, I don't know if we want to work with Bieber and kind of that pop sound. And then Justin Bieber said the same thing about like, I don't know if I want to be EDM. And it's crazy because we've seen that marriage happen more and more, where EDM is mainstream and mainstream is EDM, and it's all mixed in together. It's a really awesome thing how that's going down. And speaking to that, when you go into the studio, you say you just kind of go with what comes. Do you work on the melody first? Do you work on the hook first? Do you work on lyrics first? Like, what's your process in order to make music like?
Every song
like
starts
that?
differently. Sometimes I start a song with just a voice note. Sometimes I start a song with a melody or chord progression. Sometimes I just go listen through sound banks, find a cool sound. I'm like, "Oh, this would be a cool melody for that sound." Well, I can play. I just found. Oh, I don't have my phone. Wait, who has my phone?
Who has Martin's phone? Right there. Thank you, EJ. Appreciate that. Why were you looking through his text messages, EJ?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind
Little
of weird right there.
creep.
What's going on? EJ says you do have a Valentine's Day tonight. What's going on?
I found a voice note from Tremor.
Okay.
It's a song I did. Wait, sorry. One
No, that's okay.
second.
Take your time. You're chilling with Martin Garrix.
Yeah,
This
I
is
got it.
awesome. We're gonna get exclusive stuff from his cell phone. That's when you know it's raw and real.
This
That's
is
part of the process.
very very rough voice note, but this became one of my biggest club songs. It's a voice note, but yeah, it's very. It's like I'll have an idea in my head and I'll record it, and then I go. If I'm not close to my computer, then I go in the studio and work it out.
Yeah, you got to get it down. What's the craziest, or where is the craziest place you've ever found yourself going, hold on, guys, I got to go make a voice note?
Everywhere. It's on airplanes. It's like it's inspiration. You can't force it. I can have like one studio day scheduled thing, like, oh, I'm gonna get so much done today, and at the end of the day I think to myself, I'm like, this was a useless day, and then I'll have a flight where I'm planning on going to sleep, getting some rest, and at the end of the flight I have like this super cool idea. It comes whenever. You can't predict whenever you get inspiration.
And then the other passengers are like, what is going on in that scene right there?
Right? And people are like, I've heard that before on a plane of some sort. No, that's
cool.
epic, bro. We were catching up with John Legend, and he was telling us that he's written songs or melodies or hooks while he's using the restroom.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah,
the
same
toilet.
here.
Same here, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, any songs? Was it Animals?
So when
No, it wasn't animals.
careful with those visuals.
I don't know. I don't know in particular.
Scared to be lonely, maybe? Just chilling on the toilet?
As you're alone. Oh.
That's epic, bro. Speaking of you being on planes, just give us a quick glimpse at the next 2 months or so of where you're going to be in the world performing, roughly.
I'm going to London tonight for 2 days, and I'm going back to Amsterdam. I do a charity show there for War Child, and I'm from Amsterdam, so I'm really excited. My family, my friends are coming. And then the real tour starts. I'm doing South Africa, Johannesburg, Cape Town. Then I head to Australia, New Zealand for a tour. Then I go to Miami for Ultra. Then directly after Ultra, halfway March, I go to South America for Lollapalooza. Do a big South America run, and then I go to LA to get ready for Coachella. Do like rehearsals, and I'm really excited. And then I go straight into my summer tour. So
That's amazing. You really get to see the world. Do you have any like little collections? Like, do you get shot classes in all of these like different places that you go, or anything so you can remember the moment? Because it's so quick.
for me, a picture is a memory. Like
Yeah.
if I go through my phone. Like in every country, I have like, and it's not even photos. It's also sometimes just the memory itself. I get to travel the world doing what I love to do. Get to meet amazing people. Get to meet amazing fans. And to me, those are the memories I will remember forever.
Are you, as you're putting out more and more music, was it Calvin Harris that we were talking to that said it's not dropping any more albums?
Yeah.
We were catching up with Calvin Harris. I know he's been a big influence for you as well. And he was just saying, like, he's not going to drop any more albums. He's just going to drop singles, basically. What's your strategy moving forward? Like, are you looking forward to dropping a full album or just continue dropping singles?
I definitely want to drop an album.
Okay.
But to me, I can release an album right now with all the unreleased music I have. But if I release an album, I want it to be super crazy. I want it, and it takes time. And right now, it's going super well with the singles. I'm definitely going to do a couple more singles. But yeah, I definitely want to release an album one day, which is a collection of like different sounding Martin Garrix songs.
That's dope. Tell us about Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Congratulations. That's
Ibiza.
huge.
Ibiza.
Say it the right way.
In España.
It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I'm doing 2 residencies at the same time in Ibiza. I can't say that much about it yet. I can just say it's gonna be super crazy. It's gonna be my 3rd year as a resident on Ibiza. My 5th year on the island, and I've had some of the best moments of my life on that place. But
I have always wanted to go there. That's like dream, like vacation or trip, and I just don't pull the trigger. But like, what is your favorite part about being there?
my favorite part is that you can make whatever you want to make out of it. There's a beautiful side of the island with beautiful beaches. You can get rest. You can relax. It's beautiful. You can go to Formentera by boat. Just have a super relaxing day. And you can go to the craziest parties. Like every day there's a party, every night there's a party, and you can go there and there's so much options to do. And I love being there. I'm gonna have a house there this summer, and my family is gonna be there, so we're gonna chill and then combine it with partying.
You don't have to say anymore. We'll be there, bro. We'll go.
I was just gonna
We'll all be there. Facebook Live, everybody watching. We're going to
Now we're pulling the trigger. We're going.
Martin Garrix's pad in Ibiza. I love it, man. What do your parents say about this journey, bro? Because I think so many times, especially nowadays, right? Like, I don't know, a kid is 12, 14, 15, or even older and is in their room trying to make music, and their parents are like, yo, when are you gonna get like a real job? When are you gonna do something for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, have your parents been supportive the entire time? What's that been like?
My parents have been supportive since day one because they see and they saw and they still see how much fun I have being in the studio, making music, DJing, and they've been super supportive, and they still are. My father right now helps me a lot with financial stuff. He also oversees everything. He's the guy who's like, guys, this tour is too hard. Give him some rest days.
Right.
But yeah, they're amazing, and whenever they can, because they've got their own jobs. But whenever they can, they join me. I'm gonna bring my mom to Ultra in Miami, and then
That's amazing. Yes.
Did she love your music? Did she like your music? Did she get down?
She turns up. She goes crazy. Yeah, it's funny.
Coolest mom ever.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
What's been the most rewarding thing for you, giving back to your parents or your family through this journey that meant a lot to be able to do for them?
Just seeing them happy makes me super happy.
And then proud of you.
Yeah, and I don't know. I 3 years ago I brought them to Coachella, and that was one of the craziest shows I've ever done. And just they're like afterwards, after the show, I came backstage. I saw them. It was. I love seeing them happy because that's what makes me super happy.
That's epic, bro. Speaking of all this world tour and all the places you're gonna go, is there still a stage, a city that you need to go that you have yet to go and perform that you want to conquer?
There's definitely some stops on the tour coming up that I haven't been yet. I really want to go to Israel very soon because I've never been there and I've only heard amazing stories.
You think about hitting up Tel Aviv?
Yeah,
That's epic.
It's a unreal place for electronic music. There's some stops in South America that I haven't visited yet. There's a lot of things I still want to do, but I'm 20. There's a lot more time.
He's like, remember, I'm 20, yo. Like, I'm gonna retire next year, but I'm still
I'm not
It's
gonna
just the
retire.
beginning. And you're such a happy person
I love
with
it.
so much energy. Like, I love it. And I'm really excited to see everything that you end up conquering.
Oh, I wanted to ask you this because the fact that you brought up that you're 20, has there been an experience yet where you've gone to perform at a club and they didn't let you in?
Listen,
Because, you know, whether you were saying like, yo, little kid,
no, it's a story of my life in Vegas. I'm literally only allowed to be in the club when I perform. And they started my intro. They bring me with like 3 security guards in the club. They clear the entire booth and all the surrounding VIP tables from alcohol. There is no alcohol allowed to be close to me.
Really?
In the US, no alcohol.
Then I perform, and while my last song is playing, they escort me out again. I'm not allowed to be in the club if I'm not playing. It's crazy.
I feel like you see all of those like younger celebrities sneaking into those places, especially in Vegas.
No, Vegas is the most strict. It's so strict.
Wow.
In Holland, what's the drinking age in Holland? 12?
They just moved it. No, the official legal age to drink was 16
16.
when I grew up, and then they moved it to 18 when I was 18. So I was just in time.
Yeah, so you still made it.
And my sister is 2 years younger. So then when she turned 16, they just moved it to 18. So she was
got
pissed. She was like, "What?"
They just moved it away.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was always wondered that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, sorry, you can't get it. It's like, yo, bro, my face is on the
Yeah.
freaking billboard outside, you know?
They're doing their job, and I
Of course.
understand it.
Yeah, of course. Tell us about, musically speaking, singles that are coming up or collaborations that are coming up that you're really excited for 2017 before we wrap up. What are you stoked about?
I have so much unreleased music. It's crazy. I just had a month off in the studio, as I said, and I just had fun. I have this whole new project I'm working on. There's a lot of new Garrix stuff coming up. I'm working on the follow-up for Scared to Be Lonely. I've got a bunch of club Garrix 128 BPM house records coming up that I'm gonna play at Ultra, Coachella. I'm gonna use those 2 shows as like, no, not only those 2 shows. I'm gonna use the next bunch of shows, the next tour, to test out new music, go back in the studio, polish it, test out the newer version, and if I get a good response, I'll release it.
What artists do you want to do a collab with that would be like heaven for you?
I loved working with BB and Dua Lipa because to me those were 2 artists which are crushing it right now. They have such a unique voice. I love 21 Pilots. Their vibe is super cool. Pharrell, Unreal. Yeah, there's a lot of names that I would love to work with one day.
Remember,
how
he's
do-
only 20. He can work with all of them.
Yeah, right? How do you make that happen, though? Like, is it a text message? Is it a tweet? I know Steve Aoki and Tomlinson.
Louis Tomlinson.
Louis Tomlinson just connected. Louis was in Vegas, and like literally tweeted at Steve Aoki like, "Yo, let's hook up while he's drunk and we should make a song together." But like, and then that's how they connected. How do you connect with people in that sense? Is it a text message? Is it Twitter? Is it DM?
Sometimes it's a FaceTime, sometimes it's a text message, sometimes it's a DM, sometimes you'll, like, as you said, sometimes you're out, you meet someone, you're like, hey, let's go make music. Yeah, cool, sure, let's do it. Yes, it's fun. And sometimes also, like with Dua Lipa, I told the label that I'm absolutely in love with her and her voice, and they said, yo, we could try it. Let's send, like, and I had this rough demo, send it to her. She was like, oh, I love this. And then it started very, like, every song starts in a different way.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming through. We all appreciate your positive vibe and your genuine love for the music and what you do. And you know, there's so many times when you hear somebody's music and you're like, why do I love their music so much? And you kind of ask yourself that, and then you meet them in person, you're like, yo, it comes from a great human being with positive vibes like yourself, my man, and super humble, super chill, and we appreciate that, man.
Thanks for everything.
No, absolutely. Blessings to you. There is one more thing we want to do. There's a challenge we do here. So far, DJ Snake has the record, and that's juggling the soccer ball
I'm so bad in that.
9 times. Don't worry, you're going to beat Steve Aoki. Steve Aoki only did 2.
Yeah,
I'm surprised if I make it to 2.
I believe in you. Where's the soccer ball? I got you. I got you.
I'll try it.
All right, here we go. Represent Holland. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, shit.
That's 5. Watch out somebody's head right now. Oh my
Wait,
God.
are you
okay, Brian?
You get 2 tries. 2 tries.
Wait, what does DJ Snake have again?
DJ Snake has 9. That's the record right now.
Okay,
Representing France. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.
Yes.
We got the new record holder.
There it is.
More Garrix, baby.
Well, I saw
10. The 10.
Now he's happy.
There it is.
Yes.
Look at him. All right, man. We love you, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks,
you. How do you say I love you again in Dutch?
Ik hou van je.
Ik hou je.
Perfect.
I love it.